What's up, YouTube? It's your boy RJ, and I'm back with a discussion for y'all. Now, we're going to be discussing basically why Marvel absolutely needed the X-Men Fox properties. Now, to me, in my opinion, they needed them because with Marvel, man, they've kind of backed themselves into a corner, okay? Marvel's future, I'm going to basically, let's take before they bought Fox, before Disney bought Fox and everything. Let's take before the X-Men properties and examine their future. So before the X-Men properties, we were going to be looking at a future for Marvel consistent basically with Black Panther, Doctor Strange, basically Captain Marvel, maybe a Guardians 3, and Spider-Man. And I would say, yeah, that's basically kind of what their future was going to be looking like, you know, in the future without the Fox properties. And to be honest, that's weak as hell, okay? Your future is weak. If those going to be your future, that's going to lead you in the future, that's weak, okay? Because with DC on the rise, DC looking like they getting their stuff together over there. You know, who else is, I think Hellboy's coming out next year, you feel me? Spawn, we don't know how Spawn gonna be. I'm just throwing out movies and stuff and all of that. But Spawn looking like it's probably coming out, you know, all of that. You know, Blumhouse is being reports they trying to revive the Dark Universe and such and such and such. So it's like, you know, people are really kind of trying to get their stuff together. And with Marvel, you know, if that's gonna be your future, those characters in particular, you're not winning. You're not winning. You're going to be on the decline because, honestly, out of all those characters I named from Marvel's future, taking the Fox properties out of it, those characters I named, what their future looking like, honestly, I'm going to be checking for Black Panther. I'm going to be checking for Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange is my favorite Marvel hero of all time. So I'm going to be checking for Doctor Strange. And honestly, those are the only two I'll be checking for. Honestly, if that was Marvel's future right there, I will only be checking for those two. Because Spider-Man Homecoming was overrated to me. It's a good movie, but it's overrated. And I hope Far From Home is nothing like Homecoming. I'm hoping it's a lot better. You feel me? But Far From Home, I'm not really too excited about. Captain Marvel, I care less about Captain Marvel. You feel me? Captain Marvel's a D-list character, and I don't think them pushing her to be the leader of the future is gonna work at all. Okay. Guardians 3, I'm ready for the Guardians to get killed off. I'm ready. I'm tired of the Guardians. They had their 2 movies. Let them die. Okay? They don't bring nothing but comedy. And who else did I name? And yeah, I think that's basically all the characters I named for their future. But basically what I'm trying to say is, without the Fox properties, their future was looking basically mighty dull, and they was looking dark. Really, they need to go dark. Honestly, after Avengers 4, they need to. I'm not saying every movie need to be dark, but it needs to be a tone shift, and the whole MCU thing needs to be serious now. It don't need to be joke kitty. You can have one of those films sprinkle in, but the whole tone needs to shift from serious now because this is post Thanos, post all of that stuff, and it needs to be serious. Okay, so really throwing a Fox properties in, examine their future. The MCU future with the Fox properties, you'll be looking at, you know, X-Men and maybe X-Men versus Avengers down the line. Then you can add your Black Panther, and the Black Panther, Storm may appear in Black Panther. But, you know, Black Panther and Storm probably gonna get married. With Doctor Strange, maybe Professor Xavier appear in Doctor Strange too, along with Black Panther and stuff. Maybe you'll have the Illuminati form in Doctor Strange sequel or 3rd movie maybe down the line. Scarlet Witch can you could do a whole bunch of storylines with, you know, Scarlet Witch and Magneto and all. So you see how it gets better when you throw the X-Men properties in there? So to me, Marvel needed the X-Men properties, man, because they future was looking mighty dull without those X-Men properties. Because yeah, you could have brought a Sentry movie out. Yeah, you could have brought a Namor movie out, but those aren't A characters or B characters. Matter of fact, I think Sentry's a C-list character, and I think Namor's a C-list character. So it's like, you're going to be looking at a lot of, you know, C and D characters. Well, B2. Well, Black Panther's A. Doctor Strange is kind of borderline B right now, sort of. But Spider-Man's A. So really your future wasn't going to be looking good. But as soon as you add the Fox properties in there, your future gets better. Now you're on par. You know, if DC comes out with a Superman movie, a Batman movie, a Wonder Woman movie, Green Lantern, Shazam, now you can compete with DC by doing like a X-Men, you know, Black Panther teaming up with the X-Men, Doctor Strange going with the X-Men, the X-Men versus Avengers. Now you're on par. You feel me? So, and the MCU's kind of backed themselves into a corner in the sense that the two main guys that's definitely going to be going after Avengers 4, which is Chris Evans, Captain America, and Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. Those are your two leading franchise players right there. You feel me? And I'm going to use basketball references to kind of, you know, similar, kind of show y'all what I'm kind of talking about too. So basketball references. Basically, Captain America and Iron Man are your two franchise players. They are the franchise. They carrying that thing on their back, bro. They are the franchise players, okay? And you got a lot of all-stars with them. You feel me? You got Thor in there. That's an all-star. You got Black Widow in there. That's an all-star. The Hulk in there is an all-star. He's an all-star too. But with the franchise, Captain America and Robert Downey Jr., they're leaving. They're leaving. After Avengers 4, they're going to be done. They're going to be done. Say goodbye. They're going to be done. So, really after that, now you're going to have to transition to franchise players or maybe 3 franchise players in place of them. You feel me? And that's hard to do when you've basically given Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man all the shine, because Iron Man basically created Ultron, which was supposed to be Hank Pym or whatever. He created Ultron. Iron Man's the main one to save the day 24/7. Iron Man's OP. Iron Man goes head up with Thanos or whatever. Maybe Iron Man probably going to be able to figure out the gauntlet and probably use the gauntlet to bring peace back to the universe or whatever. They give everything to Iron Man is what I'm saying. So basically, and they didn't prop up any characters in place to make you care about post Iron Man and Cap besides Black Panther. I'm trying to think. Besides Black Panther, maybe Doctor Strange and Spider-Man maybe. But Spider-Man is not really Spider-Man in a sense because he's so reliant on Tony Stark, which I hate that. I hate that they made Tom Holland Spider-Man so reliant on Tony Stark, because Tom Holland Spider-Man should have been the one to create the suit that Tony Stark gave him, not the Iron Spider suit. I'm talking about the original Spider-Man suit with the technology in it. Peter Parker should have been the one to create that, because Peter Parker's smart too. You shouldn't have made him rely on Mr. Stark all the time, because now it's like, okay, Spider-Man ain't nothing without Mr. Stark basically. So I hate that they kind of made him reliant on that, but I get why they did it. You feel me? Which is one of the reasons why I didn't like Homecoming like that, because it's like, okay, this is not Spider-Man. Spider-Man can do things on his own, but they're making him ill. They're making him not being able to, and making him scared to freaking swing and all of that. But I understand Sony was involved with that movie too, and that's kind of Sony's fault too. But it is Feige fault too, to a fault. So basically, man, I just feel like Marvel, they really needed the X-Men, man, because really the X-Men is the only thing you could bring into the MCU to keep up with. If DC, like let's say DC is hitting on all strides and they putting out A+ movie, they just hitting on all cylinders. The X-Men is the only thing that can keep par with the Justice League like that. Because the Avengers, honestly, even though everybody cares about the Avengers now, really in being real, Captain America ain't Superman. Iron Man is not Batman. Who else? I love Black Panther. But Black Panther ain't Black Panther's not Wonder Woman, man. Who else? The Guardians ain't Shazam. Ant-Man is not Green Lantern. You feel me? Like, DC has so many A-level characters. It's just like you need something to combat with that, and the X-Men are perfect with that. Now we're gonna see the Fantastic Four done right, which to me, I think the Fantastic Four should get introduced first, because it's easier to introduce them than the X-Men. But yeah, man, basically I just think Marvel needed the X-Men, man. Like, the future without the X-Men was looking really kind of dull, to be honest with you, because really Captain Marvel is the next movie up, and honestly I'm not hyped for Captain. I'm interested, but I'm not hyped for it, because they making her the strongest Avenger. They're making her the leader of the next new wave, and I'm not with that personally. I think the X-Men need to be the leaders. I would rather have the X-Men lead us past into the future then have Captain Marvel lead us into the future, because Captain Marvel character ain't better than Spider-Man or the X-Men or Black Panthers. You feel me? Like, what I thought they were gonna do, which I still think they're gonna do, but I think they're gonna replace Chris Evans, Captain America, with T'Challa and Black Panther. They're gonna slide Chris Evans out and slide T'Challa in that role or whatever. And with RDJ, I'm thinking they're gonna slide Captain Marvel into that role, but now that they got the X-Men, I'm not sure. So it's kind of like uncertainty right now. You feel me? In my opinion, I would have Black Panther and I would have X-Men lead us into the future. Well, actually, I would have Black Panther, Spider-Man, and the X-Men lead us into the future for the MCU. That's what basically I would do. You feel me? And Doctor Strange doesn't even. I mean, personally, I do want a Doctor Strange sequel, but honestly, he really doesn't need a sequel like that, to be honest with you. I mean, like, Doctor Strange is a cool character when he's a more cooler character when he's featured than he is on his own. And honestly, and maybe they need to step it up with his sequel. Maybe that's why I'm saying that. But really, he's a more cooler character when he's on his own, when he's featured. Because let's say the X-Men in their own movie are fighting or something, and they say, and Professor Xavier is like, you know what? We need some mystical help to deal with this threat or whatever. And he basically, Doctor Strange comes out of nowhere like, and I heard you needed me or something like that. See, I think Doctor Strange is better like that. But yeah, man, I just feel like the MCU, man, they really needed the X-Men, man. They really needed the X-Men. And I heard, more LGBTQ characters coming to the MCU because of Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson wanting all of that, which I ain't with that, bro. We come to the MCU movies and Marvel movies to escape all that agenda and all of that. So don't bring that over here into the Marvel universe. Go create your own little universe over there where it can be, all of that. But yeah, man, I just basically wanted to share that with y'all, man. I just really think the MCU needed the X-Men. They really needed it, man. They really, really, really needed it. So leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe button if you're new. It's your boy RJ. I'm out.
Erica Kane, Erica Kane. These niggas is all of my children. Erica Kane, Erica Kane, Erica Kane.